Day 15 of our 21 baby steps with the Fly Lady system, Suzy style. Oh my gosh, you guys, we are doing so fantastic. I'm so proud of you. Now, on day 15 is when we actually answer the question, what's for dinner? Yes. Don't confuse this with the one we did where we said start preparing dinner. That is very different, because on day 15 is when you actually make a plan for what people will have for dinner. It's either part of the morning routine or part of the evening routine the night before, and you do this in reference with your meal plan. I do hope you have a meal plan, guys, and if you don't, I have done a fantastic video on how to make a meal plan. So here is where you will either plan ahead so that just free up your mental space, knowing that you know what people are going to have for dinner tomorrow evening. Yes, and it's tonight evening. Or in the morning, you know what people are going to have for dinner. You have planned for it in your head, or you have a meal plan. And then it also helps you to get any ingredients that you might not already have. All right? I hope this is making sense. If you batch cook like I do, you guys know I am such a fan of batch cooking. Now is when I will remove the food from the freezer to start thawing. If it is the night before, I will put it in the fridge so that it can thaw there until tomorrow evening. Or if it is in the morning, which is usually what we do, I will remove it in the morning and put it on the kitchen counter, and then by about 4 p.m. then we can start making dinner. Do you see how there's a difference? So please, you need to have a meal plan. You need to follow that meal plan. And also, when you're answering the question what's for dinner, here is where you would also liaise with your house help if you have one. Please do not wait for your house help to ask you what your family is going to have for dinner. Here is where we are taking charge. You tell her what we're having for dinner. Well, assuming she doesn't know there's a meal plan. But even if she knows there's a meal plan, and yes, we are having, let's say, beef and ugali and greens, don't just assume that she will go ahead and do it. Find out, and you will ask her, okay, have you removed the beef from the freezer? Do we have, what do you call it? Do we have the corn flour to make the ugali? Are the greens enough? And all that. Be proactive, all right? Have a meal plan. Follow the meal plan, liaise with your house help. Do this the night before or the morning of. If you're a working mom, before you leave the house, you should have this discussion with your house help. Okay, honestly, before I leave the house, I discuss with my house help everything. Lunch, dinner, snacks for the kids, and all that jazz. So it's just being proactive, thinking ahead, planning ahead. Fly Lady really teaches us to plan ahead. Don't live like that. You should always be like a few 12 hours or a day in advance. Always plan ahead to avoid chaos. So it is evening, my people have gone to bed, and all I want to do now is get my meal plan, check what we're having for dinner, remove my meal from the freezer, put it in the fridge, and boom, call it a night. So let's do this. So this is today, and then now tomorrow we're having chapati and chicken and vegetables. So I need to remove the chicken from the freezer and put it in the fridge. So let's do this. And there we have it. How simple was that? So remember, if you're not a batch cooker, then you would just check your pantry, make sure you have everything that is needed for dinner tomorrow. In case you're missing anything, make sure you note it down so that by the time you're leaving the home in the morning to go to work, if you are, then you will figure out how you can get those ingredients, or on your way home from work, you will come with those ingredients. But be proactive. As I said, make sure you know everything that is needed, and boom, bam, boom, you people are eating at a good hour and no confusion and all that. Now, one thing I want to continue to encourage us is to keep filling our handout and our free printable, which I am going to do just now. And also another thing I wanted to remind you is our control journal. Keep filling out this information in your control journal, because this is our permanent record. Something else I want to remind you is that that, not to remind you, to let you know, is that you can also put your old meal plans. Remember, we are changing meal plans every month or every 2 weeks or every 3 months, depending on how you like it. So what I do is I like to save my old meal plans for inspiration, and the control journal will be a nice place to keep them, so that the next time I want to come up with a new meal plan, all I have to do is to go to my control journal. All my old meal plans are there. I see what went well with what the people like, what they didn't like, and get some fantastic inspiration. Also, recipes that you might print from the internet fit very well in your control journal, and your, as you said, your master grocery list goes very well in here. Also, if you'd like to have a free printable of a master grocery list, I will have it, and so on and so fantastic. So that's how you will end up using your control journal with respect to your meal plan and what's for dinner.